Aquarius. This is your April 2023 reading. Just getting a sip of coffee before we begin. All right, here we go. You got 2 cards in the 8th position. All right, so can I have clarity on the, yes, for Aquarius, that's what we're talking about. Can I have clarity on the Death card before we get going? Clarity on the Death card for Aquarius in their mindscape. Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius. Here we go. Alright, that was 3 times, and I'm going to cut. Oh. The King of Wands. Can I have clarity on the 5 of Cups? The Death card again. Okay, let's get going. Sorry to hold you up. At the present moment, your current situation is there's some kind of ending that has taken place. It's caused some sorrow. You are in the grieving stages currently over this ending, this loss. And I believe it's a friendship, a friend of yours. There's either been a change with a friend that's caused some sadness, or there's been a loss of a friend. And this is like really deep, emotional, psychological grieving. And I'd like to say it was a better start to your reading, but there might have been a transformation that's led to some kind of loss, a change that has cut out, or you've had to cut out a friend, and it's caused you some sadness. Scorpio can be a really deep psychological house where crisis can kind of take place, and psychological trauma, and it can be a very beautiful house, and it can also be a very dark house, dark night of the soul almost, but the Death card being there is saying that this change was going to happen. It happened. There's nothing you can do about that, because everything changes, right? Never stop. Energy never just ends, it continues. But here in this physical plane, we kind of have to deal with the fact that, energy might have changed, but there's still a void of what it was before. So this is grieving over some sort of change, and it could have to do with a friend. Let me just check. Okay. So I'm just getting another hit, but I'm going to continue going in order. This card is helping you. I believe the Queen of Cups is helping you. She is somebody who is very empathic. She understands other people's pain. So someone in your life might be giving a good listening ear to your situation. This can be a tarot reader. This can be a counselor. She can be a nurse, a doctor. She's one of those people that takes care of other people, that has the purpose, or finds her purpose in emotionally supporting others. Okay. She's also very intuitive. And next to the Death card, she's very psychic and a medium, and just kind of almost magical in a way. So either a friend is gone through some sort of change, and it's led them to be in a state of sorrow and grieving and sadness over the loss of one of their friends, or some love relationship in their life. Or you are currently going through that, and vice versa, someone supporting you during this time, which is really good to hear. I'm glad you have somebody supporting you, whoever this reading is for, because this seems like a little bit of a challenging, there's a lot of big changes here and a lot going on. But this could be about a few things, and I don't want to go too much into it because it is a general reading, and it won't be that specific of what I'm getting for everybody. But I just want to get clarity so I can kind of give some kind of depth to it. It also could be that you had a fight in the past with a friend, and you were right, and you called them out on their BS, but unfortunately that led to a parting of ways. So you felt like you lost anyway, because you really maybe cared about this person. What's on your mind is this ending, and how it's influencing your life or someone else's life. Particularly, it could be a fire sign's life. There's a change that's influencing your mental scape right now. It might be influencing your will to move forward in a situation, your drive. This can be about thinking about your sex drive as well, because Scorpio is about sex and it's close to the devil, so it's kind of puts on a different spin to it. This also has to do with sex drive down here, libido. Maybe you feel like there's a restriction in your in expressing yourself in a physical way with somebody because of they're gone cold in some sort of way. There's in the past, and maybe this is particular about a breakup because the chemistry wasn't there. The chemistry is more of a friendship with somebody. really deep down, subconsciously, you want to get away. You want to take action. You want to do things. You want to express yourself in a way that's action orientated. Maybe you're repressing this because there's something about this relationship that's important to you in some sort of way, or has had a great influence on you. Um, Somebody could die that was a big influence on you, and that doesn't have to be like somebody in your personal world. It could be somebody in the media that you looked up to, a mentor online or a guru, and you could be really kind of affected mentally by this, or really thinking a lot about this. And it's also thinking a lot about what you want to do before you die. There's this kind of um, psychological spark that's created by some external circumstance in your life, maybe. I don't have the Tower, I don't have the Ten of Swords, so it's really a sexual influencer as well. So this could be somebody who's a sex symbol in society that you're thinking a lot about. And if it isn't sex, it's the death of some figure, somebody who was atop of their game. They were an influencer of some kind. They were very action orientated. They may have been a Scorpio or a Capricorn. This also can be a father figure. The King of Rods can be a father figure. So if your father passed and he lost his battle with something, that will be coming up for you um, during this period. You'll be thinking about that. But deep down, you really want to kind of get away from this, or maybe not forget, but you want to feel, there's a part of you that's feeling restless and you don't even know it. Like subconsciously you're feeling like you're being pushed. There's like an inner intranquil kind of feeling. Maybe you're thinking about how quiet life has been, and why, what you want to manifest as well. And maybe that's what's making you feel like beginning to feel restless underneath at your core. There's some anxious kind of energy here. This is also very sporadic and spontaneous energy, and you can't really, your emotional world, your deep inner psyche might be unpredictable. Unpredictable. Yeah, in the past there was an argument or a battle that was lost on one person's end, and the other person kind of made out better than them, but then they lost, and because it was still kind of a tragic situation, whether it was a loss of a friendship due to an argument, loss of a loved one in the past. There's something here about dealing with death or dealing with an ending of something. And I'm glad you're having emotional support. The Queen of Cups has come up here, I think, a couple times throughout the reading, and I do shuffle pretty well, and I do place my cards in a fashion where they couldn't possibly be picked at the same for the same spot. Like they're just not landing in the same spot for no reason. So some things ended or some things died. It could be in a figurative sense. And you're thinking about manifesting something new, or looking to make something of the situation what you have to deal with now. And you're feeling restless. You're wanting to move forward deep down, but you're oppressing that in some sort of way. Maybe you could, deep down, you wish you could still be fighting with this person. Like you still want to have a bone to pick with them. You still want to go argue with them. Maybe it would make you feel more emotionally comforted to know that that was still an option. Your advice is to be discerning in a situation, to be fair, to know what's good for you and what isn't good for you anymore. Scorpio can be about like drug addiction and addiction to all things, and Capricorn as well. And I have both Scorpio and Capricorn right here. So if this has been like a friend who's passed of an overdose and you used to party together, and or some sort of addiction problem that led to great change in their life, and it's caused them sadness or you sadness, there's like a seeing how this change is influencing you. Maybe there's been a change in your circumstances with somebody who's a Scorpio or somebody who's an air sign. So I'm seeing Scorpio or Leo, Libra. Could be anybody though, because this is such a general reading. So I just see that somebody has been influencing you in some sort of way. It could be for the good, it could be for the bad. I kind of think that it might have been for the bad for most of you, and that's when the friendship break happens, the argument in the past and the break happens. And then if it was a passing of a loved one or a father figure, it would have been in the past more so, and you're just remembering an anniversary or something. Because this ending is happening present. This change is happening present. Transformation. Also, it's a transformation of grief into empathy for other people. Taking what you've lost and learning how to take care of others who are going through similar tough situations. It's the grieving process, and it's it's a counselor as well. So you could be talking to a counselor who specializes in the grieving process, or you yourself could be a counselor who specializes in grieving and loss. Because there's a loss here with the 5. There's conflict and change and more change. So your advice is to be more direct about what you think is best for yourself or best for the situation, and to cut out what doesn't. To be fair and open enough to get a clear view of what is before you, but then to know the difference, have the wisdom to know the difference, the wisdom to know the difference. So other people see you as having taken some hard hits and being kind of a little shaken, a little on guard, maybe you're a little wounded. But they see you as like this, you're making a pivot. If you were in some sort of, if you are a veteran of some sort, and you've lost friends, and you might have some post-traumatic stress of some kind, or some sort of authority leader, somebody who's a protector. I don't have Leo here. Well, I do have Leo. I have Leo here. I have Leo here. Somebody who was like, somebody who was in war or in combat, or was an officer, or somebody who deals with situations that are more challenging. Deep down you wish you could go back to the past for some reason. But if you were any of those professions, or identify with any of those archetypes of the warrior, the soldier, this is, the combo is very much, people see you as a warrior, and they see you that you're getting on top of it again. You're gonna get a grip, and you're gonna like take this experience, and they see you as somebody who's victorious, somebody who's overcome some challenges and use those to your benefit in order to drive yourself forward into manifesting your desires and getting over difficulties or obstacles. You're the protector. This is Cancer. Cancer is very protective. It's got an outer shell. So like, you may be very beat up, but they see you as like somebody who's can take the hits, who's strong, who's determined. If there was any kind of car crash in the past that led to someone's passing, I see that also being indicated here. So that would only apply if it had happened in the past. It's not a present thing. I just have like a car type situation here. I got another horse. I have a lot of horses, and I have a chariot, and I have this. So if you got into a car accident as well, you know, people see you as somebody who's in recovery right now. They're seeing you recovering, gaining your strength again, wanting to move forward, but maybe feeling restless for that reason, like you're whatever it is, whatever battle you've been through in the past, they see that you're in recovery. So if this is about addiction, if this is about the loss of a loved one or a friend, or if this is about a change that happened in a relationship that really took a toll on you and changed your world, and it didn't feel quite right, going through the process, they see you as now overcoming this. And now I don't typically pull two cards of the same deck when I'm putting down the cards, but these two, like, this refused to not go down together. So I was like, okay, we're just letting it happen. I'm glad I left it. But that's how others are seeing you, or how you're being seen by others, and how how they're interacting with your situation. Um, they could be really tired as well if they've gone through something recently. If this is this person who's been the helping hand, or somebody else, um, or somebody could have gone through an accident of some sorts. Um, but the Chariot being here is a good sign. It's a spiritual card. It's about transcending like obstacles in your life, having the will to take the bad things and use them to carry yourself forward. Excuse me. You're hoping for a new beginning. Could be a new job if this was the job loss. You fought a battle maybe in court or over a job situation, or there was an argument at work and it didn't, you won the argument but lost the battle. You're hoping for a new beginning. You're hoping that there'll be some new financial opportunity that you can get your hands on, that you can call a blessing. In the future, I see a celebration. This could be with family. This could be an actual party of some sorts. There's some sort of gathering and celebrating something. This could be the purchase of a new home as well. It could be that you're building a new home after a time of great change. There's just great change. Maybe that the change is what's making you sad. If somebody's father passed away and their mother is needing to move out of the house and go into a different kind of more of an assisted living situation, or your mother's moving in with you in a new house, this could be the representation of that as well. There is a building of a home though, because Capricorn's about structure and the building of a structure, a foundation, and it's a committed kind of card. It's there's boundaries there, and they're sturdy and they're kind of stubborn, you know. So that's good when it comes to a structure of a building and a house. So that's where I'm getting that from. It could be actually building a house. This could be celebrating also a landmark or a milestone having to do with a freeing up of a healing of being stuck in a toxic pattern or cycle as well. I see that there's this inability to move forward here, and versus not being able to see your way forward out of a situation and being chained to it and choosing to be chained to it as well. There's a choice here, and this is like feeling like you don't have a choice. So it's healing these two aspects of yourself, of victimization as well, of the feelings that come from a lack of power, feeling powerless towards something. And this is like realizing, Dorothy realizing she could have just tapped her shoes together the whole time and got back home from Oz. There's a realization of, oh, I just had to do this. And so, but also, it's an understanding of the healing process with this. It's feeling responsible for something, and also, but also not being able to see your way out of it. It's being chained to your mental, a mental entrapment of some kind, and healing that. There's great healing going on there. These are also both cards of time. So it might have taken a long time for you to get a home. You might have struggled in the past for a very long time to be able to set yourself up and establish yourself again after changes that have happened. And now you're healing these prior emotions and mental toxic patterns that you've had of self-deprivation, self-harm even could have been in this picture. Depression, anxiety, mental health issues that went for a long time unchecked, and then finally there's this relief with the Temperance card. This can also be anything to do with mental health where things are back and forth emotionally. So bipolar disorder, this can be drinking, and this can be any kind of pattern, so OCD. I also see some ups and downs with this card, so this can be ADHD, claustrophobia, all of these things kind of come in here. And there's healing there, and it's a progress, right? But there's some great healing that's going on in this situation. It's also about art, right? It's also about architecture. Building the architecture, something that will enclose. So I think someone's building a home as well. Leave me a note in the comments. Maybe you're hoping for just enough money or a loan from somewhere to finish building a house or to start building a house. That's another thing. Maybe you build cars as well. Somebody builds cars. Maybe they're antique and you turn them around, you change them, you rework them. It's a love. Doing it is a love, you know. The other people in your life see you as almost at the end of a major haul, a major cycle, and they see you that you're gonna achieve your dreams, that you're going to be successful. And Cancer is also about the home and the family. So there's a great focus on home and family and security, because the Devil can also be about security, right? This is also needing to get out of a certain pattern of thinking. It's also an enclosure. So I see it as also structure as well. There's something there about that. But there's security. There's I also just heard Homeland Security, but I don't know what that is. I don't know what maybe that's about the official job that I was talking about earlier. There is some sort of place celebration, a celebration of commitment as well. This is a contract for a home or an apartment. This is also a celebration of a commitment to healing a situation with your mental health, or milestone with your mental health, or two angels. We have 15 and we have 14. Right? No. Am I wrong? Temperance comes before the devil? No, it comes after it. I think these are in order, actually. 15 and 14. 15 and 16. Yeah. They came out in order. I'm pretty sure. It's very late, guys. I'm real sorry. They came out in order, and then you have the 8. 6, 7, 8. This is doing things in a sequential order. The process that's entailed in grief, in change. There's something that's important about doing things in order, having authority. This is also having some sort of order to the home, maybe cleaning up. If anybody's been dealing with anything where their home needed to be cleaned by like a social worker, or there's something here about that. All right, I'm going to move on to the houses now. And maybe I'll get some clarifiers and we can jump back. But first house, you might be going through some depression this period. Or there's a change or a flux in mood. And from being emotionally there and present to being kind of sorrowful and in grief. So you'll be noticing a change, and it could be a change for the better. Okay? Obviously, because these two cards are both psychological, kind of emotional cards, I would suggest if you had any issues with depression that you would speak to a professional about it and not let it go for too long, because sometimes these things can get carried away with we can get carried away with it, and or us we can get it can carry us away with it. So just that's my 2 cents, and I'm moving on. So there's also a change. It's like a change, a growing pain. It's like the loss of a baby tooth. I don't know why. I'm just seeing that, like a loss of a baby tooth. It's like a part of you has died and then another part's coming in. You're grieving your old self, maybe? Some of you are. You're going to be having to dig emotionally deep for resources, emotional resources. You're going to be finding like emotional reserves, is what I want to say. You didn't know you had through the situation. What's going around you at this time, on around you at this time, is like there's some sort of ending or change, that transformation of somebody's um, behavior as well. I feel like behavior is, there's a change in behavior. You're thinking about how you've changed, how you behave, or you're thinking about how you're thinking about that ending of some mentor or something. The end of a passion as well, the ending of passion. So it could be, um, if it's a relationship, it would be what's heavy on your mind. Um, but also, there's some sort of change going on in your neighborhood. There could be the death of a local influencer in your neighborhood. There could be something to do with a mystery of of some sort of manifestation that's gone on, like some sort of supernatural almost thing. I don't know. Maybe a haunted place that you're going to be going to this month. You want to move. You're getting ants in your pants. You really want to get going. You want to move. Something is going to push you to want to take action and make a move, do something. I mean, maybe it's just you're not sure yet. You don't see it as being an option or something. There's something you're feeling like a push deep down to go back to the past, maybe. Also, you're being pulled to the past to revisit the past, going back to a place of the past, a lover of the past, a past impulsive. This is also impulsivity. This is subconscious impulsions or compulsions. Ending behaviors that are compulsive. So again, back to the addiction scenario. Your behavior's changed. You're ending. You're changing how your willpower as well is changing. You're getting stronger. You're getting more. You're thinking about how you've grown from being so impulsive before, or maybe there's compulsions or impulsivity that's coming through that you're not aware of. You're being pushed by your subconscious mind in some sort of way. Maybe to go back to old habits or go back to an old battle. This could be PTSD. This could be, you know, having an urge to relapse. This could be an urge to relapse on anything. It doesn't have to be just drugs. We can be addicted to relationships. We can be addicted to anything. It's just a pattern here. But you're overcoming that. You're getting stronger. There's something about a change in behavior here. But you might want to move home, or you might not want to settle down in a home just yet. This is also about taking trips with the family, short trips on a whim. Could be to someplace warmer, or, I mean, they're short, so, but if you live close to an airport, maybe. Romantic life. Be careful in your romantic life, because you might win a battle that ends up being kind of like your detriment. um, this is also a battle of power. There's a lot of power here. Having the death card twice, there's great transformation, but there's also great power. Scorpio is a powerhouse, right? It's about control. It's about getting in control, or being too in control, or wanting too much control. So there's this inability to control, and then we have a change, transformation, and power. Gaining power over grief, gaining power over loss, or depression. But you were interested in a power dynamic. There was a power dynamic gone wrong in a relationship, a romantic relationship of some kind. This could have been having to do with physical chemistry and power dynamics, or this could have had to do with you winning a fight, and somebody else just being like, okay, if that's really how you feel, and walking away, and you being heartbroken. Sixth house, working from home, a lot of chores and to-do lists at home, a routine at home. Health is getting better. You can be celebrating a milestone with your health. Your family could be a big part of your day-to-day life for this month period. Continuing on. If the situation with the father passing and the mother moving in, that's probably the reason why I got that. This is also celebrating a pet's birthday. Or having a celebration of a birthday. At the house. Somebody's birthday, a mother's birthday, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio's birthday, an anniversary of something. In your relationships, your advice card as well. Your advice was to be discerning about maybe somebody letting people in your life. Be discerning about the people that you let in your life at this time. Be fair, but just, it seems like there's somebody here. They could be a partner, somebody who's a partner of yours in some sort of way, a relationship to you in some sort of way. She would be somebody who was probably divorced. She would have had previously a pretty tough go in life, maybe, but she would be, um, she's smart as a tack. She's sharp as a tack, and she's got um, kind of a very cut and dry way of dealing with things. Um, she might come off a little bit harsh or brash or blunt to some people, but she's fair. So this person could play a significant role in your April. She is also you. She does represent Libra specifically. I believe it's Libra. But she is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And so you're really being discerning about the partnerships you're getting into at this time. You also might be kind of having to deal with somebody who's kind of like a competitor. There's some sort of discerning a competition here as well. So a judge of something. This is somebody who works in fields where she gets to crunch the data. There's facts involved. She's Judge Judy. she's like Judge Judy. Somebody who picks things out as well. A critic, somebody who's very picky about things. They know what they like. Editing of friendships as well. You could be just deleting some people off of your social media. You could be... This could have to do with this friendship, this argument in the past, just really getting and clearing up your friendship circle, being like, this no longer works for me anymore. I've outgrown these people. And it feels sad. That could be what it is. It's like a loss of friends because you've outgrown them in some sort of way, or you can't put up with their behavior anymore in some sort of way. There is a change there. Getting more editorial with the people in your life. Also cutting out the competition too. She's really smart in knowing probably mental tact. She's got so much tact that she like or not tact, but she's tactless at her worst. She's just very you're either on my side or you're not on my side. This is my truth. Where do you fall? So you could find yourself being more like that this month. 8th house. There's been some sort of debt that you've been dealing with for a very long time, or there's been some sort of internal crises that you've been dealing with for a long time. And you're feeling really exhausted. You could be psychologically burned out at this time. You're just feeling complete burnout. But whatever happens here with that, it seems like you recover. You make a complete recovery and have more energy at the end of the day. Or if you felt powerless against something going on in your life, you quickly change gears. This can also be needing a loan for a car, and a car that's old and beat up and needs to just be traded in or sold for parts, or there's a new car coming in your future. This is also tired of driving as well. Just, I think accidents fall in the 8th house. So just be careful when you're driving. I see that there's some sort of, this is aggression on the road, not seeing how aggressive you're being, or not seeing somebody else who's aggressive, moving at an aggressive pace, or zipping in and out of places. So just be careful on the road. Okay, Aquarius, we're going on to this 8th house. I just don't want to leave this yet. This is also protecting your intimate woundings. You're protecting the wounded. This is somebody who protects the wounded. That's I can't believe I had it and it just went. I hate that. Protecting. This is. You're tired of sharing a car with somebody, I'm getting as well. There's shared resources here. So there's tired of sharing a space, a car, a home, and wanting, and that kind of angst, that kind of paranoid, like annoyed kind of energy, like exhausted energy, turns into fuel to get you going and get you out of a situation. For some of you, into a new home, new car, moving. This can literally be moving home. Exhausted from moving into a duplex that you share with your mom now because your father passed on and she's getting older and she wants to be with you. This is mentally exhausted, burnt out from grieving, from going through some kind of loss, and gaining control over your mental health and psychological well-being. Something that you've been tired of waiting to be over and exhausted and burnt out with, there ends up being a complete turnaround and a victory with. And this could have to do with debt, taxes, anybody's shared resources that you have with somebody else. There's a coming together of the minds, or there's a coming together of something. So it ends up being good, whatever it is. 9th house. You could win some money. You could be celebrating a win of some money. Um, you might win some kind of sweepstakes, or if you bought a lotto tickets. I don't have the Wheel of Fortune, but money in the abundance kind of house. It's a gift of money. You could receive a gift of money for a birthday or a celebration of some sort, or some kind of gift. This is also a hoping for some money or wishing for something and manifesting it. This is a ticket for an airplane. This is a gift of a flight. This is money to do an upgrade on something. This could be a new car because the ninth house is about travel. So there's some money here for a new car, and you're hoping for a new car. A new spiritual path as well. It's awards and recognition, I think, too. More so in reputation, but I see like you getting potentially some sort of award or recognition for something at work. Money is in your future. Money is in your future. You've got your eyes set on the money as well. That's what's coming through. Okay, so reputation, career. If you build homes for a living, or you are a property assessor of some kind, or you I forget what it's called, but there's like, you're an architect, you draw up like the blueprints and the who are the guys that like measure the distance of property from the road, and assessors, something like that. That going really well for you, if that's your job. If you're a contractor and build houses, or are into woodwork, carpentry. You're a workaholic this month. Period. You're going to be working a lot. You're going to have a reputation for being somebody who's an authority figure, who's in charge. Your work ethic is like, you're known for your work ethic. And your friends. Your friends might be a little bit more lighthearted and less serious than you at work. Your associations at work. This could be a little bit. It's like you run circles around people. There also could be some restrictions in terms of career, like new restrictions that are put in place, or a restricted building of some sort. You're healing your friendship circle. You're having patience with friends. You might be doing some kind of art project with friends. This is also wanting to go explore like an art museum with a friend, or yeah, this is having patience with friends who are going through a hard time, and helping to assist in their healing. This is also friends being a great source of healing for you. Mentally, you're going to be feeling sad at some points during this month period. Psychologically, you're going through some stuff. You might feel spiritually stuck at this time. You might feel like you're not getting that flow that you used to have in life, or there's some sort of writer's block, a creative block. Maybe going to a museum and checking things out will help kind of solidify that for you and give you new ideas. I feel like Capricorn is like head down, what's right in front of me, get to work. And Sagittarius is very, what's out there? So you could find yourself kind of being hyper focused and unable to see the bigger picture at this time. Healing the feeling of being trapped in a rut. There's some sort of rut you're going to be trying to heal and get yourself out of, and your friends will be the best way to going places, exploring places with your friends, doing things with your friends will be the best medicine for you. In terms of course, always if you're going through mental health, like I said, go see a professional. But this will be your spiritual medicine. Learning the work and spirit, like work-life balance, spirit balance. Like your spirituality is, you're trying to make more room for that in your life. And it's helping you heal yourself from trauma or some sort of toxic pattern or strife that you've been going through, or sorrow you've been going through for a while. Great changes are amongst us, Aquarius. You got so many good cards. I mean, there's great change, victory coming in, the ability to push forward through a challenging time, and you're committed to your wellness. That's what I'm seeing here. All right, Aquarius, have a great month period, and I will see you in May. Bye.